Hi, my name is Bridget, and I am here today with Tom Post, artist and professor of painting at Kendall College of Art and Design. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Bridget.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you got started as an artist?
I was born and raised here in Grand Rapids. I've lived here my entire life, and I went for my undergraduate degree at Kendall College and both for my master's degree as well.
So can you tell us a little bit about your work? What medium do you work in? What are your techniques and processes?
Sure. I'm a painter, so I work with oil paints and various mediums and things. And for the work that I'm submitting for Art Prize, there's a very specific process that I use, starting with photographic references and then digitally kind of tweaking them so I get the right values and contrast that I want in my reference material. And then I do the drawing on canvas with graphite sticks and begin to layer in the values achromatically, meaning just plain in black and white and grays, until I get the structure, the values, the forms and volumes and things that I want. And then at that point is when I'm working from black and white reference materials. It's that point that I begin to apply the layers of color very thinly and kind of glaze them up. And I'm doing that more based on theory and intuitively on color theory and things, because again, my reference image I'm using for values and contrast, but I'm building up the colors more based on just kind of like my feeling about them.
So can you give me a specific example of someone then that you have painted and why you chose them out of all the other influences you have?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the pieces I'm going to be using in Art Prize this year is a painting of Lydia Lunch, who was with a kind of a small band in New York City in the 80s called Teenage Jesus. Anyway, and she did acting, and she was kind of a multidisciplinary artist. But I've read a lot of interviews with her and listened to a lot of the music and things, and saw a lot of like little film. And just kind of one of those people I just keep going back to as an artist and kind of getting inspiration and insights from, and those types of things. And it's funny, it just kind of cracks myself up that all of a sudden, I'm dealing with these people and I look back at some of it and it's like, wow, 15, 20 years old now. And it seems like it's still so new for me. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to let go of that. And I think that's why this series has been so inspirational for me, is that it's constantly moving and constantly in flux in that way.
Mm-hmm. So then do you consider these portraits like a way of sustaining that memory of them, or are they maybe a way of memorializing these influences or an homage to them? How would you categorize them?
Yeah, to all of that, okay. Bridget. I think so. But I think it's not really trying to like catalog the person or create the little Tom altar of these are who you really like. It's more of if it works formally for me, again with that process of painting, and having them work. What's really important for me is having them work in multiple pieces together, because I'm always in my studio, I'm always moving them, shifting them, making sure that I feel like the values in this piece work with the values in that piece. And really, I think one of the fun things for me about this series is that these faces and these people and these portraits are kind of important to me, and they mean something to me, but yet they seem almost in a way rather ambiguous in who they are. They could be, some of them could be most anyone off of the street, and I really enjoy that aspect about it. So it's not like doing Andy Warhol's Elvises and Marilyns and Elizabeth Taylors and those types of things, which I love those dearly. Those are great. But these have a little bit more ambiguity to them, which I think is, I like it when at Art Prize last year, folks coming up and saying, who are these and why is this and who is this and are these your friends? And mm-hmm. it generates a lot of conversation, and I think that's one of the great things about them.
Great. What do you want Art Prize viewers this year to take from these portraits from your work?
I'm a really formal artist. I like the surfaces. I like the way the values and the colors, and you hear me talk about that a lot. And, so I hope that people come into the gallery and are able to walk up to them and look at them and just sort of look at the surfaces and look at the layers and kind of go, wow, you know, I can see the brush marks here and the this and that. But then as they move back, really see how everything sort of models together and becomes a little bit more unified. So I guess I would like them to appreciate them on a little bit more of a formal level. And if they get something else beyond that, then I'm really great with that too.
Great. If people want to, especially those that are just coming to ArtPrize and seeing your work for the first time, if they want to find out more about you and your work, is there another way that we can find you?
Yes, I have. The work, I try my best to keep my work very updated on my website, and it is current right now. But I'll have business cards, website addresses, those types of things. I know that I have some shows booked for the next year and things, so I'll be there in the gallery talking to people, and you know, I really welcome that kind of dialogue with folks. So I hope it's a good experience that way.